We welcome you to the Class 5A District Championships. The Colonels of Plantation High School welcome the Raiders of St. Thomas Aquinas, who will come out on top in this Broward County matchup. We'll have to find out tonight. You're watching high school football, Friday night under the lights on Hspn. Stay with us.
He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's down his feet. Oh my goodness! To the 40. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's down his feet. Oh my goodness! Holy cow!
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Plantation Colonels take on St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. We're here in Colonel Stadium in Plantation, Florida. What a beautiful evening it is. Yes, it is. My name is Ryan Stout. Be calling the game tonight alongside Glenn Stout. Glenn, how you doing tonight?
Man, it couldn't be better. We're on top of the rooftop, PAL. Haven't been here in a long time. We're counting down to the kickoff. It's going to be a big one tonight. 7A 15 district championship tonight, folks. Both teams undefeated in the district. It's going to be fireworks. You better get ready. Hold on. Coaches around the country. A lot of available players. You see that ticker flying across the bottom. Click one of those players. Plenty of stuff on there. We got a couple of things going on. We're getting ready for the national anthem, and as soon as the national anthem starts, I will go quiet, and we're going to look at some of the players. St. Thomas Aquinas comes in tonight, undefeated, or one defeat, but undefeated in the district, and they've got some firepower, big firepower. They're 3-0 in the district, 7-1 overall. They only have one loss this year against Miramar High School. That loss was a 2-point loss. They come in with rushing yardage, 178 attempts with 1,127 yards, and they've held their opponents to 312 yards. Passing side, they come in with 1,411 yards, 85 attempts, 147 completions. They score a lot, folks. St. Thomas comes in, first and second quarters, they'll put up some points. 111 in the first, 144 in the second. They average 44 points per game. Some of the impact players tonight. On the rushing side, you got Mondre London. He's got 75 attempts for 599 yards and 12 touchdowns. Look out for Deltron Sands, 36 attempts, 237 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Johnny Gaines, 23 attempts, 191 yards and 1 touchdown. On the passing part of the ball, you got Wade Freeback, 75 or 124, 1,230 yards, 13 touchdowns, and only 1 interception this year. Folks, we're getting ready for the national anthem. I'm going to bring it over to camera number 2, and I'll be right back with you after the national anthem. Stay with us. Well, folks, we're back to live action out here. The national anthem. I am so fired up to have two district undefeated teams tonight playing in a game for the district final. This is a big one. Complete that. Wade Freeback, quarterback, 75 completions, 124 attempts, 1,230 yards. This young man has 13 touchdowns and only one interception. Keep an eye on him tonight. On the receiving end of the ball, Jawan Harris has 20 receptions, 325 yards with 4 touchdowns. Devon Pete, 14 receptions, 321 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Corey Holmes, 18 receptions, 306 yards for 3 touchdowns. They run it up and they run it fast. Over on the Plantation side, we're at PAL Stadium. It's a home stadium game. We've got Chris Lemons that got it for him last week with a key defensive play. Lemons stepped up in front of a 95-yard interception, took it to the house for a pick and score, kept him in. Miramar's the only defeat for the Colonels this year on a loss of 14-28, 2-touchdown loss. And ironically, folks, both teams who only lost were to Miramar Patriots. On the stats side, the rushing yards for the Colonels, 138 attempts, 1,141 yards. They've held their opponents to 529 yards. Passing yardage, 735 yards. Passing attempts, they're 51 of 90 with 4 interceptions. Plantation scores evenly across the board, averages about 40 points a quarter, but their average game is 19.6 or 20 points. Let's look at some of the rushers. Chris Lemons, and they will rush the ball tonight. 36 attempts, 450 yards, 4 touchdowns. Antoine Haynes, 30 attempts, 274 yards for 5 touchdowns. Mark Yarborough, 25 attempts, 147 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And on the passing side, Chris Lemons, 43 completions, 654 yards, 6 touchdowns, and the quarterback has 4 interceptions this year. On his receiving core, he's got Kendon Davis, receptions 18, 283 yards for 2 touchdowns. Jewison Dawkins, 15 catches for 258 yards with 3 touchdowns. And Revian Pierce has 3 receptions, 47 yards, and the other sole touchdown, 1 for him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a packed affair. These teams are rivals. They are district games. This is the biggest game of the season. We want to give a shout out to some of our website sponsors that are streaming this game, and I know folks, you're watching it from their Florida Gridiron Preps. Florida Gridiron Preps provides consistent, current, insightful commentary on Florida high school football. We provide full schedule for over 658 football programs within the Sunshine State, as well as player listing, district alignments, maps, resources, and game locations and discussion boards. That's www.floridagridironpreps.com. South Florida Sports Network. South Florida Sports Network was founded for one simple reason. We want to showcase South Florida sports and share it with you. So we built a powerful yet easy site where you can watch live professional, college, high school sports while commenting about the game and favorite teams at the same time. That's www.sfsn.tv. And then we've got Florida Gridiron Preps. Florida Gridiron Preps. Florida Gridiron Preps provide consistent, current, insightful commentary on Florida high school football. We provide full schedules for all. I'm sorry, we already said Florida Gridiron Preps. Well, who do we have next? We've got Florida high school football. Of course, we're not leaving you out, Josh. FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com was launched in February 2010 to serve a growing need for high school football coverage in Florida. Since that time, Florida High School Football has grown, become one of the largest statewide high school football websites in Florida. We have a presence of 12,000 followers on Twitter, 3,400 fans on Facebook. That's www.FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com. Let's get into live action, Ryan. Let's get ready to rumble. Here we go for the kickoff. St. Thomas Aquinas kicks the ball off, and the Colonels are going to receive. What a beautiful night, Friday night. Ball is kicked deep. Going to be caught right at the end zone, and he's going to take it out. That's taken down the sideline. He's out to the 30. And number 6, he's up to the 40.
Distance.
He might take it to the house to the 40, the 35. down to the 27-yard line. That was Antoine Haynes. We just talked about Antoine Haynes, 30 rushes for 274 yards. That is the way the Colonels bring it to the house. Antoine Haynes takes it at the goal line, and he takes the ball 67 yards.
One of those.
On a kick return. I'm excited, man. This game's jacked me up because last time we saw these guys were in playoffs last year, and now we're here to watch a district championship, and folks, we're getting ready to roll into the playoffs.
You're exactly right. Had a mouthful of stuff there. A bunch of stats coming out from both of these teams. High-powered offense, St. Thomas Aquinas. The Colonels, they're going to do great things tonight. You're going to see a lot of running out of this Colonels team tonight. Hopefully, we can see Chris throw it down the field a little bit, but with a start like that, it is going to be a very exciting game.
It sure will, Ryan, and you've got Chris back at quarterback, single back in the backfield. Got two split wide. Antoine's right next to him. Little movement on the defensive line. Chris looks over to the sideline. He's going to check call. First quarter action, folks. First play of scrimmage. He throws it to the right side, right in and out of the hands of number 9, Julian Dawkins. Should have been caught. Could have been there. It brings up first down and second down and 10. It'll settle it down a little bit. We're on top of a beautiful old PAL press box with a easterly breeze, and boy, I'll tell you, it's nice. It's in the 70s now.
Yes, what a beautiful evening it is. This is the first time this year we had to broadcast outside.
Lammons gives it number 9 coming around the slot. That's Dawkins, and he's caught for about a 4-yard, well, actually a 2-yard loss. That didn't fool the Raiders at all. And it looks like brought down by number 22, London, for St. Thomas. London has 75. Actually, on the offensive side of the ball, he's also a running back, 75 runs for 599 yards. There's an athlete right there.
And I know they got some great athletes at the running back position. I know one of them's Antoine. I believe number 6 is out there right now.
Yes, he is. Antoine is split to the right side. They got twins up top. Looking for a flip screen. Looking back over the left, the screen is not going anywhere. That's
going back to Pierce.
Number 81, Pierce. And that's another loss, Ryan, of about another 6 yards. It's going to bring up third down at about 17 or 18 yards. And wow, from that big kickoff return, they've gone backwards.
And that's unfortunate. But let's take the time to introduce tonight the impact players for the Colonels. Chris Lammons, quarterback, number 1. Antoine Haynes, running back, number 6. And also running back at the number 3, Clint Sills.
Well, we got a punt. It is fourth down. Nice high spiral. They're going to let it bounce, and it goes out of bounds right at about the 15-yard line. Well, the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
Well, it's not the best start out of the Colonels. I know they've been working hard this week. They got it prepared on the defensive side of the ball, but they definitely need to come out here, and they can't have opportunities like that, driving that far down the field and not coming up with some points on the board.
Absolutely right, Ryan. You're talking about one of the nationally ranked teams, St. Thomas Aquinas, and this is a district game, and after that gangbuster return, that was real lackluster. As a matter of fact, they lost 13, 14 yards. Here we go, St. Thomas Aquinas with quarterback Wade Freebeck. Under center with the man in motion. He's going to go upstairs all day long, deep down the middle. Number 18 gets bumped a little bit.
And he'll take it down the field, but a little too jacked up, I'd have to say.
Woo.
Hey, first play from series, you can't blame him. The best thing that he could have done right there is thrown it over the receiver's hands with almost, I see 3 guys running back to the huddle right now. Triple coverage, I'd say. The best option he had right there was to throw it away.
Jawan Harris, and you had number 2, Daquan Irving with him. He had double coverage, was cover 2. Plantation comes out in cover 2 as well. Raiders have twins on the top. motion. Quarterback gives it off tackle. It's a big hit. Picks up about 8 yards.
It's a big hit and a big run.
Was a big run. Picks up about 9 yards to bring up 2nd down and 1. I believe that was Devontae Pete, number 5. Brings up 3rd and 2. Raiders come in tonight undefeated in the district. Only 1 loss. Both teams, like I said, folks, 1 loss this year. Both of them to Miramar Patriots. Freebeck gives it off tackle again to the right-hand side. He is hit immediately. It's going to be very close to the 1st down by a host of Colonels.
And they're going to ground and pound it all night long. Had a chance to go out to practice this week with the Raiders, and those guys are sky high. You talking about guys, offensive linemen, at least coming in at 275 plus.
Well, Ryan, it looks like they're just short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down, and they're inside their 25-yard line. And
I believe they're punting it.
Yes, they are going to punt, wisely punting it. I don't even know why they were taking time to look at it, but that was a tough one, off tackle. And number 30 for the Colonels came up quick and made the hit, Malik Jones. He closed the gap quick so there wouldn't be a 1st down. 2 Colonels set back to return the punt. Not much of a breeze tonight. Nice spiral punt. It's going to drive receiver number 7 back. It's going to bounce, and he's going to run away from it. Smart that he did that. That's Xavier Carruthers. That was a big punt.
Well, not too good of a start for either side. You got the Colonels going 3 now, and then you got St. Thomas going 3 now with a big run in the beginning of the game. I don't think that's what either side expected to do coming into this football game.
Ryan, that punt was 62 yards.
Wow. That reminds me of a fellow punter, I believe, Michael Pilardi.
Starting to punt now, isn't he?
Going back a couple years ago.
From Aquinas.
Up there at University of Tennessee. Was one of the finest kickers I've seen in a while come out of St. Thomas.
Lamons is rolling out to his right-hand side. He throws an out pattern, and it's just beautiful catch out there. On the hand, tips of his hand, number 9 makes a great catch. Dawkins, incredible. 1st down, picked up 11 yards, and boy, you got to get it on a line, one of those deep outs, because that Raider was sitting there looking for green in front of him, and it was perfectly thrown by Lamons. Lamons lines up again. Dawkins down here on the bottom side. They're going to look over to the coach. Dawkins on the top side, that gives a zone read. Number 6, Haynes, up the right side. He may picked up 1 yard. Bring up 2nd down and looks like 8. Quick huddle. Back on the line of scrimmage. Lamons looks to the sideline. Got Davis on the bottom. Dawkins on the top. He's looking to a quick out over here. The catch is made. Hit immediately by James Oliphant. It's number 8 on the reception, Davis. He picks up about another 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards.
And they need this. The Colonels, they don't need to end up like they did in the first series. They need to come out here. Whatever they need to do, pound it, get it up in the air. It seems like they've done a pretty good job so far in the air. They just need to get a pretty good progression heading down the field and maybe put some points on the board.
Well, this is 3rd down and 3. This will be their first test. They're actually driving the ball. They're in a tight set. A little confusion down there. They're going to have to call a timeout.
And as they take a timeout, we will show this Plantation Colonels football team. Got to check out some of the starters for tonight on offensive line. Check out some of the beef package. Mostly seniors. Got 1 sophomore on there, Nicholas. But we have some very big boys that are looking for some great homes these next couple years. So college coaches, if you're tuned in, make sure you check them out. They'll be making some big plays tonight at wide receiver position. Ravion Pierce, you've seen him a couple times, but predominantly a tight end position, but we'll see him flexed out a couple times. And also Kendon Davis, got to see him on a reception. At the running back position, Clint Sills, one of our impact players tonight, and Antoine Haynes, two great running backs in this district. Had a chance to hang out with them at practice, and they are excited for this game and excited to put more numbers up because they have very good numbers this season.
Well, 3rd down and 3. Lamon's going to roll out to the right-hand side. He's going to throw one, a wide-open receiver, catches it. He's got enough first down. He's turning down the sideline, cuts back over the 50-yard line. That's number 3, Clint Sills. Picks up about 22 yards. Great play. Naked boot by Chris Lamons. Rolls out. He's got Clint Sills coming out of the backfield. A little out pattern and dumps it to him. Clint breaks a tackle and takes it out to the 45-yard, 46-yard line of St. Thomas. Gets that first down. Great play, Ryan.
That was a great job by Sills.
Same set. Coach is hollering to Lamons out there, trying to get him the signal. It's a tight set. This time he's going to give it to the tailback. Flags are flying. Loss of about a yard. Big tackle by big number 48 for St. Thomas Aquinas. That's Darrell Williams, a linebacker.
And I believe it's a holding on the Colonels.
Yep, that's going to back them up 10 yards. Let's see if they're going to take the penalty or they're going to decline it. They're going to take the penalty, move them back. It'll make it 1st down and 20.
Once again, high school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. You're watching Plantation Colonels take on the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. This is High School Production Network down here in Broward County, Florida. A beautiful evening to play some football.
Well, the Colonels just took a timeout. As they take a timeout, we too will take a timeout. You're watching high school primetime district play against the Raiders and the Colonels, both undefeated. This is being brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarships, grant and aid assistant programs for college. To find more information, check us out at www.kdafoundation.org.
Back to live action. 1st down and 20 yards for the Colonels. They just were walked off 10 yards for a holding penalty. Got Lamons back. Empty set.
And I'm sure Coach Davis not too happy with that holding call. Pushed him back a good distance from the 1st down marker.
Put Dawkins in motion. He faked the handoff, and he is sacked for another loss.
And that is not good. That's not what they were looking for. Chris did not have any time to make any move, and that puts them, what is that, about 25 yards to the 1st down?
Yes, and that was big 97 Boza. Young brother of Boza that took off. 97 just literally ate that lineman up for another loss of about 6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and forever. If you don't maintain and contain Boza, it's going to be a long night.
You're absolutely correct. We heard a lot of that name last year. Had a chance to broadcast the 3rd round of the playoffs against Boyd Anderson.
Screenplay 48 has nothing to do with it. Once again, that's Darrell Williams, linebacker. He is all over the place, and it is another loss, Ryan, of another 4 yards. It brings up 3rd down and about 27, 28 yards. My goodness. It's forever. The Raiders defense, one of the top defenses in the county. As a matter of fact, one of the top defenses in the nation. As I said earlier, they haven't given up many rushing yards.
And I'd have to agree with you on that. St. Thomas, all around, great team. Always up there nationally and always up there to compete.
Lamons is back. He's looking deep down the right side. He throws it down the right side. He's got a player open. Oh, my goodness. Great defense by by number 17 for St. Thomas, who broke that ball up, Natron Barnes. That was a beautiful play. Number 9 was streaking down the field, our Dawkins, and that was just in and out of the hands because of the brilliant defensive play.
And a disappointing Colonel, number 9, Dawkins, coming off the field right now. I know he was excited as soon as that ball left Chris's hands. Unfortunately, could not come up with it and result a punt for the Colonels.
Almost a big play. Sets the Colonels up in a punt situation. Raiders are coming. Punt is up high. It's a beautifully high punt. Raiders are staying away from it. It's a great bounce down through the 25-yard line. Down there inside the 23-yard line where the Raiders will take over on downs, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the Raiders' defense. There's no get-up, and they're mixing it up on the Colonel side. But when they mix it up, great game plan over there Coach Rocco has, because they're all over them. They've tried to wing around. They've tried to screen play. Both been defended brilliantly, and a great defensive play by the defensive back on that last play. So St. Thomas takes over on downs. Freebeck back in. Back in the backfield. Gives it off tackle. Number 22, London. And he may get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Linebackers pinching down those gaps nicely. Defensive linemen standing up. Those Raiders look impressive.
And take a little time, check out this defense for the Colonels. Big boys, defensive line, get to check out. And got plenty more coming up.
Free back and backs in the I formation. He's got a man in motion. He's going to take it right off tackle to the right-hand side. And big number 49 takes a lick on him for the Colonels. That's Terrell McKenzie. Meets him head up. And number 1 running with the ball, Corey Holmes. He hit it hard. Number 4, Deltron Sands, and there was nothing there.
And the linebackers for the Colonels, Marcus Johnson, DeAndre Anderson, Terrell McKenzie, and Jamari Stevens. Definitely check out some of these athletes. Remember, coaches, at the bottom of the screen, there's a ticker, a live ticker you can click and see some of these players' highlight tapes, and they are outstanding players that are looking for homes, especially right where you are.
Brings up 3rd down and 7. Raiders are out to about their 30, 20, 25, 26-yard line. Freebeck is back in an empty set. He's looking over the middle. 18's right there, wide open. He catches it. That's Harris. He's tackled by number 1, Lamont, number 7, Carruthers, but that's enough for a first down, a 10-yard, 12-yard pickup.
And last but not least, the defensive backs that are going to hold it down. The dark side of the force, he'd like to say. Got the defensive backs out here. Great players, great athletes. Make sure you check out their highlight tapes, and make sure you tune in to us.
First down over the 36-yard line for the Raiders. Freebeck back in an empty set. 22 set puts Harris in motion. Plays over the middle. Number 13 makes another good catch and a first down. That's Sean Bender. And he's tackled once again by Irving. But it's enough, 12 yards for another first down. Brings it out just inside the 50-yard line. Impressive. Good reads. I like Freebeck. He's looking over the field, and he had one of his quarterback. We came out of here, O'Corn, last year playing for Maryland. I'm sorry, not Maryland, for Houston last night. Wasn't that interesting, Ryan?
It was. Had a chance to check out USF quarterback as well, Brian White.
Freebeck back again in empty set. He's looking over the middle, and he's got a lot of pressure. He's going to take off, and he's going to pick up about 3, but he's going to be hit hard. He's not nimble on the feet, but he's going to pick up a few, and he held on to that ball. I saw those DBs coming up, licking our chops. That was Mac Dorelis, number 17. Picked up about 5 yards to bring up second down and a long 5.
And a decent drive by the Raiders right now.
Yep, and they're running time off the clock. Still in the first quarter. Just coming to the end of the first quarter. Freeback is under center, single back in the backfield. Got single coverage down here. Plantation's playing cover 2. Freeman looking over the middle of the field, throws it to the left-hand side, almost picked off by, once again, number 17, Dorellis of the Colonels. A little underthrown, Ryan.
Yeah, almost there.
Brings up third down and a long 5. That stopped the clock with just under a minute left to play in the first quarter. First quarter has gone fast, folks.
Yes, it has. And it seems as we get later on into the season, the quarters keep getting shorter and shorter.
The play gets better and better. Been down in Dade County all year, folks. You know who we've been covering. Number 1 team in the nation, Booker T. Washington. But here we are with number 1 teams in the county and the district. Raiders going to get sacked. Throws it out there. Boy, he has all day long. But I'll tell you what, linebacker number 44, Stevenson, was a heartbeat away from sacking Freebeck. And Freebeck had all night, threw it to the left side, but incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down and 5, Ryan. They held him right there at 50-yard line.
Wow. And the Colonels came to play. You know, it's expected when coming from Broward County that when you play St. Thomas, it's already done. But Plantation has said otherwise.
Well, you got Haynes and Carruthers back to get the punt. Got a beautiful punt spiral down to about the 10-yard line. Fair catch down there made by Haynes right there at about the close to the 10. Referee's going to mark it at the 10-yard line. We still have a few seconds left in the first quarter before they move all the way down the field. I'm impressed. Ball control, they stop them. The defenses both coming up to the occasion. When I talked about the stats earlier, they are very stingy, both teams, on giving away points and giving away any rushing stats or passing stats. That's why we're at the district championship right now, because both of these teams are undefeated, and they're undefeated for a reason, because they're at the top of the heap. Got the Colonels against the Raiders in our primetime matchup.
Well, the first quarter, I feel, better yet, don't feel, I believe the defense has really stepped up to the plate tonight for both teams.
Well, the Raiders got them backed up with a beautiful punt. Lammons hands the ball off, and it's a break-up, beautiful cut up by Haynes, close to the first down, picks up 8 yards. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And as they take a break, folks, we too will take a break. You're watching primetime high school football Friday night, district championship. St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders versus the Plantation Colonels in a showdown. These presentation is brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. We'll be right back.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. Available for local schools and organizations. www.kdafoundation.org. You're watching high school football on Hspn.
Well, they move it back down to the other end of the field. We reset the clock. First quarter is over with. We're into the second quarter now. Colonels have the ball. They picked up about 8 yards on that last play by the running back, Haynes. Brings up second down and very short. Been a defensive game out here today on both sides. Nobody's given up anything. But both have very high-powered offenses as well.
Yes, they do, and they've done a great job throughout the season putting points on the board. But tonight, you know, you can expect a game like this, both being undefeated in the district coming into this game. Not undefeated in the season, though, because unfortunately they lost to those Patriots over there in Miramar.
Well, Lymans gives it off to the right-hand side again, and it looks like it's very close to the first down. Yeah, number 6, Haynes again, running the ball. Number 52 on the tackle, Hunter Goldberg.
And I'd have to ask you,
St. Thomas takes a timeout.
Is it a surprise that Miramar has beaten both of these teams? Being that Miramar, for those of you that know Miramar High School, it is right on the Dade County, Broward County border.
Well, they called a timeout, St. Thomas, but that sure wasn't long enough for a timeout. You got Lamons is going to hand it off to number 6, Haynes again. And they're trying to do that power football, and he picks up about 3 or 4 yards before he stopped. Got a couple Colonels fired up down there.
That offensive line, they're getting jacked up because they know who they're playing against.
And they know what they're playing for. A district title, 2nd down and 6 yards. Double tight. Lamons is going to roll out to the left-hand side. He's going to take off with the ball, maybe pick up 2 or 3. Gets hit hard. It'll bring up 3rd down at about 3 yards. Actually, he fumbled the ball and it was recovered by a Colonel. So it's going to still bring up 3rd down and 3. Number double tight. Man in motion, gives it to Haynes. He's off the left-hand side and bangs it through, and he gets that 1st down. You got to love it. That's power football.
Absolutely. Both of these offenses are well-rounded. You know, after talking to Coach Davis and a couple of the running backs, they've had a successful year running the ball, but they were hoping that they can spread it out a little bit.
Well, Plantation has much more rushing than they do passing, so I know they'll be dependent on that. They've got some big hosses up front. You listed them earlier. This time, Lemons is going to take the ball right up the right-hand side. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards. Check that, Lamons. They bring up 2nd down at about 6. Actually, about 5. Good mark by the referee. They're out to the 35-yard line. Clock's still running.
Yes, it is. And it's been a pretty fast first. And coming into the 2nd quarter, they're pretty good on their time management skills.
Lamons is back. Single back in the backfield. He's going to give it to the end around. That's Haynes. Got the ball. He takes a big hit. Not until he gets out to the 50-yard line. He picks up about 15 yards.
And a Raider, I believe, came up with the ball. Probably ripped it out after he was down.
He had that big lineman out in front of him. Number 54 making some big blocks for him out there. Abada. 1st down right at the 50-yard line. They're right below us. Lamons is back, single back in the backfield. Single coverage on the top. A little reverse in the back to the ball's loose. See who comes up with it at the 50-yard line. Referee is signaling Plantation Colonels had the ball. My goodness. That was a reverse in the backfield, folks, and the second handoff was high, and the running back never got it in his hands, and he's going to end up, very luckily.
And number 56 coming up with the fumble recovery for the Colonels.
It's number 56 again. Zach Capron. That was real lucky.
It was. They've had a very decent drive.
2nd down and 10.
And the last thing they need is to cough it up to the Raiders, because you know what they'll do with it.
Dawkins in motion. He gives it over here to Haynes. Brings it out 6, 7, 8 yards. Tackled by number 96 and number 8 from St. Thomas. Judy, number 8. And number 96. Doesn't have a name on the roster.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry about that. Well, that brings up 3rd down and 3. Hard-nosed running. Dawkins, Davis, and Haynes. Lamons is under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Give is right off tackle. Haynes again, he is going to drive it out for a 1st down. Power football. Brings it into about the 38-yard line of the Raiders, and most importantly, keeping the Raiders offense off the field, and second most importantly, keeping that clock running. I'm impressed. Size-wise, Raiders are a little bigger up front.
And I think they always are. St. Thomas, they got a pretty nice program out there, and they They feed them well.
Got a bunch set on the right-hand side. Lamont looks to the sideline. They got to call a timeout. A little confusion. They're going to call a timeout. The Colonels, as they take a timeout, we too will take a timeout. You're watching HSPN, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
High School Game Day brought to you by HSPN, High School Production Network. The High School Production Network is the #1 high school sports broadcast network in the nation, bringing you high school sports and events by the high school student for the high school student. HSPN is in place to provide internships for all high school students that have a passion for broadcasting. HSPN is providing opportunities for students to use their passion to not only pursue a great college education, but to endure real-life experiences through a viable entity. To find out more information on HSPN, check us out at www.hspnsports.com. You're watching high school football on HSPN.
First down and 10. Colonels. Lamont takes off the left-hand side on naked boot. He's going to make the edge and the first down. Puts the wood on the DB out there.
And he is tough. Coming out here as a quarterback, but runs hard like a running back. And he's got the rushing yards to prove it.
He put the wood on number 1, I believe. It's Holmes. Dipped his shoulder, folks. I know you see it. Brought it out there, first down. A little naked boot, Ryan. Got that bunch set going on there. Faked it to Haynes and naked boot around the outside and picked up a first down.
Well, when you have speed like Plantation does, I know St. Thomas has the speed to match it, but when you got speed like these Broward County teams do, they're gonna put them to the test tonight.
Haynes on the carry again. Tackled by number 52 and number 8. Number 8 is Judy. Number 52 for the Raiders is Hunter Goldberg. Second down and 8 for the Colonels. Ball control. Given to Haynes again. Tries the left side, and there's nothing there. And he is wrapped up big time. 52, Hunter Goldberg once again. And number 95, Big Boza. I'm sorry, check that. That's Anthony Moten.
Well, maybe we'll get to see someone put some points on the board.
That's a loss of about 1 yard. Brings up third down and 11. What a gorgeous night tonight. Fall is here. 87 today, though. Brings it down to upper 70s. Up top on the roof. Beautiful breeze. Lamont's an empty set. He rolls to the left-hand side. He throws it deep. It's caught. Big catch. Number 8, Judy. I'm sorry, number 8 is Davis.
No, it's number 9 on the catch.
Number 9, Dawkins. Wow.
Great arm strength by Lamont.
Beautiful out pattern.
Gosh.
15-yard completion, first down.
Rolling to the left side of the field. Way to turn his shoulders and get the ball out there to his receiver.
Kicked his leg up. That was beautiful.
It was.
Well, they're driving the ball down the field. They're in a timeout right now. As they take one, we'll take one too. You're watching HSPN, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation.
This timeout was brought to you by the Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center, providing superior health and balance through chiropractic. At Coral Springs Spine and Nerve, we focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factor. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not a patient, you're family. www.coralspringsspineandnerve.com.
Back to live action out here. We've got just coming under 6 minutes in the second quarter. The Plantation Colonels are threatening. Beautiful 15-yard reception. Davis caught on a 15-yard out. And I'm impressed too, Ryan, with Lamont. He does that naked boot action, throws over his shoulder, opposite shoulder, and a nice kick with that right leg. He's a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, he did a great job on that play. And number 9 also, great job bringing the ball down.
Nice soft hands. Tall player. At the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. See what the Colonels are going to try to punch it in. Give is off tackle. Number 5 is going to try to get to the edge. He gets to the goal line.
Oh, my
Ball
goodness.
comes out of his
Have
hands.
we just seen, and he got a touchdown.
Yarbrough scores for the Colonels. The first time get it in. What a run. What blocks. Yarbrough scores. Adds to his 5 TDs this season and gets it done for the Colonels. The Colonels are on the board first.
And I'm not going to tell you what that reminded me of. You know exactly what I'm talking about, that University of Tennessee game versus Georgia this past couple weeks when Pig Howard stretches out in overtime and fumbles it into the end zone. Thought we had a repeat of that situation, which would have been horrible.
Well, I'm up here on top of the roof, and all I saw was a ball. It's a bad snap.
Oh, that's not
Mons
good.
is the holder, so he's going to go out there. He throws the ball in the end zone. Should have been caught. Should have been caught. Lamont's quick hands. He's quick enough to get to the edge. That could cost him, Ryan. The Raiders will not miss extra points. Special teams are so important. It was a bad bobble snap. Smartly went out there. The receiver was number 26. Looks like Joseph. Looks like a running back. Thrown right in his hands. He just dropped it. 6 points for Plantation.
Yeah, that's never good. With these games, such as the district championship, you can't be put in that type of situation. It's been a great game so far on the defensive side. And when you put points on the board, you got to get the full effect. 6 points, that could cost them later on in this game.
Absolutely. At this level and playing against the Raiders, I know that they spend countless hours out there on special teams because special teams and defense win championships. And this is a game that is a championship, and it started with a bobble snap. So we're going to get to see how this ends up. St. Thomas is going to receive the ball with plenty of time, 5 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second quarter, to see if they can get something on the board as well. Got number 7, Oliphant, back to receive the kick.
Actually had one of the St. Thomas coaches come up to me up here, asked me if we had instant replay yet.
Short kick caught by the up man at the 20-yard line. It's number 4. You better watch out. He's hitting the wall in the middle. That looks like it was Tyson Cicero. It was. Number 4 brings it out to the 40-yard line. I'm not sure if he wanted to kick it that short. If he is, he better get it down on the ground. Yes, we will probably have instant replay soon.
Sooner than later.
Sooner than later. Hey, we need some more high school interns up here, and we could run replay. Well, the Raiders bring the ball up to the 40-yard line. 5 minutes left in the second quarter for the half. Single back in the backfield. The give is right up the middle. Got a room back to the left side. He's cutting it back up. Number 22. London picks up enough for the first down. He's right at the first down marker. They'll move the chains. Man, I'll tell you what, London has some foot speed.
Yes, he does. They've always had very strong running backs coming out of St. Thomas.
He's a stallion. Quick foot speed. Hole wasn't there on the right-hand side. Cut it back to the left. A little bit of a zone read. I'm looking at this receiver down here, Pete. Devontae Pete must be 6'6". Quarterback back to throw. He gets hit hard. Throws a wide open receiver. Number 18 down to the 30-yard line. That's Jawan Harris on the completion. Another pickup of 20 yards and a first down brings it down to the Colonel's 30-yard line. Beautiful. And I'll tell you what, quarterback Freebick took a hit at the very end. He stayed in there and let his receiver Harris clear out.
Yeah, he stayed in there strong. He's a pretty big quarterback, got good size to him. I know he's strong. They stump on just the strength and conditioning coach over at St. Thomas. They're pretty strong over there.
High formation given to the tailback once again. Right off tackle. That's London carrying it again. He picks up a couple.
Carried by number 22, RJ London.
Number 98 on the tackle, Tarek Smith for the Colonels. Second down and 7 yards. we got Raiders are threatening. Running the clock down. A couple big plays, moving the ball down the field, especially on a kickoff return. Freebeck under center. He's got a single back in the backfield. Fakes it. Sig drop back. He's looking over the middle. He gets a completion close to the first down. That's his favorite target. Jawan Harris out there. Picks up very close. It looks like the referee has it marked right at the 20, which is going to give them another first down. They're running that receiver, Ryan, in behind the linebacker. Colonels are playing cover 2. Referees are going to measure this one. And it's very interesting how the linemen are giving Freebeck plenty of time to throw the ball. The receivers are coming in behind and finding the gaps.
Very smart. It's a great offensive scheme they have up there by the Raiders. I know the offensive coordinator over there was out there this week at practice. Had a chance to check them out during their 2-minute drill. And you talk about excitement. They got out there. They even threw some of the second strings out there. They put them in different situations. Coach Rocco throwing them in 1 minute, 15 seconds, third down, and 4 to go situations where they're going and they're driving it down the field. And, I mean, they were scoring every single time. Not to say anything about the defense, but that offense, that quarterback, he's well-rounded. He's got some speed to him, but he definitely finds the openings, and he puts it where it needs to be.
Well, that was a first down on that measurement. Raiders take over the ball at the 20-yard line. High formation, Freebeck under center. He fakes it. Throws it over the middle on an out pattern. It's number 13 that catches the ball. New receiver, Bender, brings it down to about the 5-yard line. The 4, make it the 4-yard line. Beautiful little clear out pattern.
And it looks like the Raiders are on their way to put some points on the board.
Yes, they are. It's coming under 3 minutes. Plenty of time. They found something up top. They're clearing out the zones. Linemen are giving Freebeck plenty of time, and he's making those throws right on the money, Ryan. First and goal from the 4-yard line. And the Raiders take a timeout. As they take a timeout, we too will take a timeout. You're watching Friday Night Football, prime time on Hspn.
You're watching high school football on Hspn. This timeout was brought to you by Reggae Run-Ins Media, celebrating 13 years as the DJ host of Reggae Run-Ins on Hot 105. You can catch Tonto Irie on South Florida's #1 radio station, featuring 3 hours of reggae music every Saturday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. For more information, check us out at www.reggaeruninsmedia.com.
Well, the Raiders take the ball over. They don't take the ball over. They have the ball at the 4-yard line. First and goal, 2:36 left in the second quarter, and they are threatening to score, and they're threatening to take a lead into the half. A lot of defense tonight, Ryan.
Absolutely. Very strong defense on both sides of the ball. And coming into the second quarter, I think they finally figured out what they're comfortable doing, running, throwing, and both teams are putting some points on the board. And I think St. Thomas is about to do the same.
Well, Freebeck gives it to London. He's right off tackle. He may have picked up 2 yards, brings it down to the 2-yard line.
Looks like there's a hurt Colonel down on the field.
Yes, there is. A hurt
stop
Colonel.
the clock.
Looks like it's number 40, DeAndre Anderson.
And once again, I'd like to introduce you our impact players of tonight's game. Chris Lemons, quarterback number 1. Seen him all over the field tonight, rushing and passing. Antoine Haynes, running back number 6. And Clint Sills, Jr., number 3, in the running back position. Both running backs. We talked about it, and we had to put both running backs on the impact players for tonight because they both have had outstanding seasons. They've ranked up the yards back and forth, and they're doing a great job tonight against the Raiders.
Well, it looks like injured player got up, DeAndre Anderson, and came off on his own, which is always a good sign. Yeah, those are some impact players, all right, and we've been calling them already all night. So we've got 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They brought the big boys in, that's for sure. They've got a lineman at fullback. Freebeck gives it number 22 once again. There's nothing there. London hit a wall. No yardage. 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and goal from the 2.
Yeah, he definitely hit a wall. Got a pretty decent size defensive line down there for the Colonels.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now, Ryan, and it looks like Raiders probably have 15, 20 pounds on them because they got this beef package in, and it looks like the Raiders got number 56, I believe. No, they took them out. They're going back to their regular package because it's 3rd down and goal. Freebeck is under center. Single back in the backfield, London, and there's movement on the offensive line, but the defense is jumping around like they might have. Yep, it is offside. It's going to be half distance to the goal. 3rd down, inching their way forward. Just over a minute left in the 2nd quarter. Freebeck brings them up. London is single back in the backfield. Got a feeling they're going to punch it in the middle. And no, they're not. They're going to throw it to the corner, and he throws it. It's tipped ball. And it's not a fumble. Referee says an incomplete pass, but my goodness, big hands on the ball. Tipped that ball. Brings a 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line.
And will the Colonels hold St. Thomas from scoring right now?
My goodness. 50-some seconds left. The Colonels are putting up a big defensive stance. And it looks like Coach Rocco wants to bring the Raiders to the sideline and talk about it. Wow, folks, don't go anywhere. 54.9 seconds left. 2-yard line, 4th down, 6 points. Colonels are up. This is high school football at its best. District championship, Raiders against the Colonels, and you're watching it live on Hspn.
High School Game Day brought to you by Hspn, High School Production Network. The High School Production Network is the #1 high school sports broadcast network in the nation, bringing you high school sports and events by the high school student for the high school student. Hspn is in place to provide internships for all high school students that have a passion for broadcast. Hspn is providing opportunities for students to use their passion to not only pursue a great college education, but to endure real-life experiences through a viable entity. To find out more information on Hspn, check us out at www.hspnsports.com.
St. Thomas, 4th down, the 2-yard line, is going for the field goal. They don't want a chance not getting any points on the board. Good snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. The Raiders are on the board. Score 54 seconds left on the clock. We've got the Raiders 3 and the Colonels 6. Wow, that is a big defensive stand by the Colonels. I am impressed. They were not going to allow London to hit the inside. At one point, they had put, I believe, number 56 in the backfield lineman and tried to punch the middle. And I can tell you, they got about 15, 20 pounds on them on the interior line, and it was something special to watch as they stuffed them down there. That may be another big play, just like that missed extra point.
And it was definitely a smart move on the Raiders side because the defense definitely stepped it up for Aquinas. Defense definitely stepped it up for the Colonels. And the last thing they needed to do was drive all the way down the field and not put any points on the board, which the Colonels, they only got 6 points. They didn't get the extra point. So it puts them in a sticky situation where St. Thomas, they don't have to score.
Well, you've got number 7, Carruthers, and Haynes, number 6, back to receive the kickoff. And let's see if he's going to try to kick it out of the end zone. They're playing east to west, and he's kicking it to the east. The breeze is out of the southeast, barely a breeze. So if he can put that leg into it, he may get it to the end zone. We'll see what kind of foot he has. We still have 54 seconds left. He's going to pooch kick it short. A fair catch, Smart, up at the 30-yard line. Ryan, they still have quite a bit of time on the clock to get a few plays off. Colonels will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Let's see if they can make some magic happen. See if they called a timeout down here. I don't see a signal. There you go. Ball's in play. Colonels have it. Lemons is going to bring him out.
Well, with 52 seconds left on the clock, what do you think they're going to do right here? Coach Davis, what do you got in your sleeve?
Davis and Dawkins down here on the bottom. You're going to give it off the left-hand side. A big hole open there. Pick up about 6 yards. That was Yarborough, I believe, number 5.
Number 6 on the run.
Number 6 was was Haynes again, their bread and butter. Haynes has 30 carries this year for 274 yards and 5 touchdowns. Brings it out about 2nd down and 3, but they're going to keep the clock running, so that'll tell you something. They're in it to run it out unless he's going big and deep, which he's rolling to his right-hand side. He's throwing deep pattern, wheel route, hitting right on the head, number 9.
He did not have his eyes open.
Dawkins got literally hit on the top of the head with a football. What a pass by Lemons. My goodness gracious. And that was a beautiful little wheel route, but you got to get your head around. It's probably enough for one more play. 3rd down and 3, and I would assume that Lemons is going to go deep. Davis and Dawkins split out to the bottom side. He's going to take off on his own and run the clock out. He picks up enough for the 1st down, but the clock is going to stop to move the chains, and I'm not sure if they're going to get another play off. Looks like they're calling a timeout. Colonels are going to take a timeout. They're going to get one more play out of this half. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. You're watching HSPN Live, presented by Cape and Dreva Live Foundation. Stay with us.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. Available for local schools and organizations. www.kdafoundation.org. And we're back to live action. The Colonels. Chris takes it out, rolls out to the right, heaves it down the field to number 8, and almost comes up with the catch. Oh, my goodness. And that is going to run the clock out for the Colonels. Takes us into a halftime. St. Thomas Aquinas, Raiders. 3 points on the board. Plantation Colonels take the lead against the Raiders, and as they head off the field, the bands come on the field for a little halftime performance. And as we do that, make sure you stay tuned with High School Football Prime Time, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. You're watching the Plantation Colonels take on St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. We're here in Plantation, Florida, and we got a good halftime show coming up for you by the bands and also the principal. An interview with the principal for Plantation High School. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and stay with us. This is HSPN, and we'll be right back. This has brought to you by National Collegiate Recruiting Association. NCRA Sports is a national recruiting service giving student athletes of all sports the opportunity to get the needed national exposure to use their athletic ability to help pay for a great education. Students and coaches, please sign up at www.ncrasportsnetwork.com. You're watching high school football on Hspn.
Well, it's halftime here, folks. I've got the pleasure of being upstairs on the rooftop with the principal of the Plantation Colonels, Alona DiPaolo. Thank you for coming up those stairs to be with us tonight, and thank you so much for allowing Hspn and Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation to be part of the program and broadcasting this game live. We want to thank you for that. You know, Alana, out here we're seeing some incredible play, some young men that have made it to a district final against a premier team, the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. What can you account for some of the successes of this program and the reason they are able to be in this district championship?
Well, first, I want to thank you for coming out to our game tonight. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. And yes, making it up those stairs was quite difficult. The successes of the program is based solely upon I'm going to start with the coaching staff. Coach Steve Davis has done a tremendous job with this team. I'm going to tell you, from my experiences with the team so far, the coaching staff is exemplary. The way that they treat the boys as young men, the way that they talk to them as young men on the field and off the field is instrumental, but it also goes back to what they're doing at the school during the day. They have really grown this year. Their successes, only having one loss so far this season, and the JV team that's coming up is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with as well. Only losing 2 games so far this season, and we're very proud of them, and we're hoping for a big win tonight.
Well, we're covering it, and it's a close game, and I can hear that the band, well, that's the Raiders band out there. Obviously, it's not red color. I want to ask you something else very important, because Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is an academic mentoring, and we teach student athletes how to play the recruiting game. And what we would like to know from you and your wonderful campus here, the scholastics, the successes of the school, some of the girls that may be doing big things that we may not know about, that all the listeners and people watching the game tonight might want to know about, some of the successes about Plantation High School itself.
Well, I'd like to consider Plantation High School as the quiet giant in Broward County. There is a tremendous amount of things going on. You mentioned that St. Thomas's band is out here, and they do sound wonderful, but I will tell you that our band, the Marching Colonels, did place 3rd for the drumline in Naples a couple weekends ago, and they actually rated superior this past weekend at Coral Springs High School for the FBA competition that they entered. That's the 2nd year in a row they've won superior, and that's under the direction of Mr. Eric O'Neill, who's been with us for 2 years now, so he's done an exemplary job. As far as academics are concerned, we have so many different programs here at Plantation High School. We are an IB Magnet program. We also have an aerospace design and engineering program, where we recently won the $5,000 Motorola grant, which was sponsored by the Broward Education Foundation, and we were one of only 9 schools in the state of Florida to win that award, and the only school in Broward County. So we're very, very proud of them and what they're doing over there. In addition to that, as far as academics are concerned and all the different vocational programs that we have that allow students the opportunity to receive industry certification, I mean, we're exploding, and we are enjoying the successes that we're having so far.
It sounds like you're proud, and you've got a lot to be proud of.
I am very proud, very, very proud of the school.
I mean, it's amazing. I go way back to Fort Lauderdale High School, and the only loss that we had was against the Colonels, 1 point, and that's way back probably before you were born. But I have some fond memories, and it was down at Lockhart Stadium, and it's amazing to me because I haven't been on this field. We always play down at Lockhart Stadium, but it's just it impresses me to see the program, because the program is a direct reflection on the people who are in charge. And you give an exemplary, the head coach Davis, and obviously it goes right to the top. And I know that you have assistants underneath you. You're a District 7A school, so it's a good sized school. to some of the preparation that you do for the student athletes that get ready to go away to college. I know that's important, and I know they go all over the country. SAT prep, ACT prep. You have that stuff going on in the school for the students, and if you could explain some of that to our
Yeah,
audience.
we do. Plantation High School, when you walk through the halls, we have a very we have a college feel, but the expectation is that all students leave Plantation High School with more than just a high school diploma. So whether it's going on to some sort of technical program because they leave with vocational industry certification, or they're going off to college, the expectation is they go on and do something. I meet with all of the athletes, all of the students on a regular basis, and they know that the expectation is for them to go and do something. And if they don't know how to do it or how to get there, there's plenty of different people on that campus to support them. So we are very much an open faculty and open staff. We don't ride around on golf carts. We are all on foot, and everybody knows us and sees us, and we are very approachable.
Well, I could see that in the class of the play when we came up early, and Ryan was out here early in the week. Class organization. We're here interviewing on the rooftop of PAL Field, the principal, Alana.
Who's afraid of heights?
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Well, when we asked one of the coaches, I told Bob Webster to go round up the principal, AD or something, and one of the assistants says, Alana's not coming up here. And I said, go see if we can get her up here anyways. And I was really surprised to see you. Maybe it was Shelly Solomon, one of our KDA directors, that rustled you up here. But, man, we are so happy to see you up here. One of our first principals to talk at halftime. You know, we own broadcast rights in Knoxville, and we do broadcasts in Miami-Dade, and kudos to you for coming up here. You are the inaugural principal to talk at a halftime interview show, so thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, we're going to take it back to you, Ryan. We're going to take it to a quick break. As we come back, we're going to take a look at these bands that we were talking about earlier. And you're watching HSPN Sports, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us, folks.
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through Football Prime Time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
What you searching for? Reggae music. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the wickedest rhythm in the world.
Tonto Irie coming in live and hot. Hot. The musical shop.
You're listening to Hot 105. Reggae running with Tonto.
Down the booze room, great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
Dreams Alive Foundation is a youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth.
KDA just partnered up with University of Miami for these community-based projects as far as the athletes coming out and talking about athletics becoming bigger, faster, and stronger, and KDA talking about becoming a great student. Can you share with us the recent partnership with KDA and the city of Pompano Beach in bringing these type activities?
Well, I think Keeping Dreams Alive is doing an awesome thing. We noticed that from the jump, and we think this could be a partnership for a long time just because of what you guys believe in, what you stand for, and you kind of correlate with what we do. So it's awesome what you guys do in this community, and that's the number one thing, is to give back to these kids and let them understand that we're here for them. Anything we could do to give back, we're here. So KDA is doing an awesome thing, and we're just happy that we're partnering up with you guys to do that as well.
Yeah.
Plantation High School. Band director, Mr. Eric O'Neill. Light shop percussion instructor, Mr. DJ Grizzle.
Watching high school football on Hspn.
Well, folks, we're back out here. What a game. 6-3. Sounds like a baseball game, and the World Series just happened.
Well, that's what you can expect when you're playing undefeated district champions. Well, not champions yet. We can't crown anyone yet, but undefeated in both regions. We are watching Broward County football. Been in Dade County past couple weeks, hanging out with Booker T. Washington, schools like Miami Northwestern. Now we headed our way up back north to hang out with some of our good friends from St. Thomas Aquinas and the Plantation Colonels. Yes, like you said, 6-3. And a very interesting score out of both teams. And we got some stuff coming for you. What do you got for us?
Well, I want to give another shout out here. You know, those guys are streaming us. We got somebody very special watching us tonight. Jim Fisher out there, player personnel, Oregon Ducks. Yes, we've got them watching us, coaches all over the country. Hey, shout out to you, Jim, and the whole Oregon Duck program. You are watching two of the best Broward County teams. Also, special shout out to Florida Gridiron Preps streaming us tonight. www.floridagridironpreps.com. As always, South Florida Sports Network, sfsn.tv. And we don't want to forget about Florida High School Football, www.floridahighschoolfootball.com. All you fans, welcome to the HSPN Sports Network. Not only that, we've got a shout out to Florida High School Football Show, who also tweeted us and is streaming some parts of our show. Well, here we go, Ryan. Kickoff, 6-3. I got goosebumps. This is Broward County football. I'm fired up to be back in Broward County, our hometown, watching two of the best play. That kickoff almost goes out of bounds, but it's picked up.
Well, the Raiders received the ball, deferred in the first half, and coming up with the ball. Offense coming out on the field for the Raiders. Defense coming out for the Colonels. What can we expect from the two undefeated district teams?
Well, I can tell you what you can expect. You'll expect more defense. You're going to expect Freebeck to air that ball out, control football. This game is by no means out of anybody's reach. It is basically a 0-0 ball game. It's going to be who's going to score last, who's going to win this game, and who doesn't make the big mistake. They come out in a different formation with Freebeck, 2 big backs in the backfield, but they're still giving it to London off the right-hand side. He picks up a big gainer, about 14 yards. And, yeah, they talk to those Raiders offensive linemen. Look at them. Number 73 and number 71 for the Raiders are fired up.
Yes, sir, they are fired up.
Parchment.
In the beginning of the game, if you're just tuning in, Plantation scored early on for the Colonels, did not come up with the extra point. Gave an advantage to St. Thomas, coming up with a field goal late in the second quarter, putting some points on the board.
High backfield given back to London. Off tackle on the right-hand side. He picks up 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 out to the 44-yard line.
And some of the impact players for tonight's game. Checking out for the Plantation side of the ball. Chris Lamons, quarterback, number 1. All over the place. Antoine Haynes and Clint Sills, both running backs for the Colonels that have been absolutely blowing it up tonight for Plantation.
2nd down and 5. 44-yard line. The Raiders have the ball. I formation. Freebeck under center. He fakes it. He drops back. Deep drop down the middle of the field. Wide open receiver. Great defensive play. My goodness. Number 15 for the Colonels.
And I believe that was number 5. Intended to. Did not come up with it. I don't want to say the ball was a little short, but that was some great defense by the Colonels.
Number 15 by the Colonels. Looks like that was Tonellis that broke that one up. That was something special. That is number 17. Check that. Dorillas. What a play. Just underthrown by Freebeck. Yes, number 5, Devontae Pete, had about a step on him, and that would have been 6 points. Well, the Colonels are going to call timeout, and they want to talk about it. They don't want to get beat down the field, and the coaches are up in.
And coaches that are just tuned in with us now, make sure at the bottom of the screen during the broadcast, if you see any players you like on the Plantation High School football team, make sure you click on their names. They got their names and their numbers. Once you click on their names, a video will pop up, their highlight tape. So if you're interested in any kids that you see tonight that don't have a home yet, there's a lot of young guys out there you need to check in on, and there's a lot of seniors that are looking for homes. So make sure you click on those, and as they take this water break, introduce you to some of the guys on the Colonel side of the field tonight. Defensive line. Got some big boys up front. In the linebacker position. And also the defensive backs for the Colonels. And I believe I see number 1 in the defensive back position tonight as well, Glenn.
Yeah, it looks like they put Lemons back there at the safety. They're cover 2. Freebeck is looking over the middle of the field. There's nobody open. This little out pattern, he does catch him. And number 2 makes a tackle, Irving, and the receiver picks up, just does pick up the first down. That's number 13, Sean Bender, his first reception of the night, but it's enough to bring it out close to the 50-yard line and a first down for the Raiders. Also, folks, next week, don't miss us. We're going to be up farther in Broward County, a little farther north, up in Deerfield Beach with the undefeated Bucks as they play the Raiders. And next week, we'll have the Raiders on the ticker below the screen. Well, Freebeck brings him up 50-yard line, 1st and 10. And he's passing all day long, looking to the left and the right. There's nobody open. He's going to have to take off, and he better get down. Makes a cut. And oh, my goodness. Headhunter came in there. Number 17 tried to take his head off.
And when you give
Doralis,
when you give a quarterback that much time to make a decision, someone is most likely going to get open. But
not
with
that time.
Yeah, with the speed on the Plantation side of the ball, on both sides of the ball, I mean, you're not going to get too much time in the backfield, if any.
I'm really impressed with the defensive backs of the Colonels. They are impressive, broken up some big-time plays that could have been touchdowns, 2 of them. And number 17 out there, Max Dorillas, is one of the key reasons why the Raiders aren't on the board with a big-time pass. Going to have a timeout. There's some confusion and I think they only had 10 players on the field, and the Raiders are going to take a timeout and get that straightened out. You've got an infuriated coach over there on the sideline, and wow, you've got just under 9 minutes play in the third quarter. 6-3 ball game, Ryan. Would you ever thought you'd come out here and see two high-powered offenses in a baseball score, 6-3?
Well, after hanging out with both of these teams this week, had a chance to hang out with the coaches, the players, and it's been a long season for everyone in South Florida, and it never lets up. When you end up with two of these top high-profile teams, especially in the 7A district, they both lost to Miramar, which is... It's always nice to see Miramar come into play because they are right on the border of Miami-Dade and Broward County, so they're getting some great athletes on both ends of the counties. But I'd like to see who comes out on top tonight because it's really going to show what they've been putting in on the off season. And, you know, it comes into pride. This is the district championship. When you come into a game like this, you got high hopes and hoping to get to the next level, especially in the playoffs.
Well, Freebeck is back in the backfield. He drops back, 3-yard drop. He throws it almost into the dirt, but a great catch by number 18. Picks up about 4 yards. Harris, my goodness, Freebeck throws it almost in the dirt. Bring up third down and a couple. And, folks, if you want to catch these games on the replay, we have on our website, hspnsports.com, under full game rewind, you'll find all the games that we've had this year, and they will have been converted to our YouTube platform and brought over for for you to look at. This one is obviously live streaming right now, and tomorrow afternoon it'll be up there as well. The Raiders and the Colonels. 3rd down and 2. Freebeck gives it off around the left side. There's a big opening, and that's number 4. The tight roping almost breaks it down. Deltron Sands. And number 33 makes a big hit over here and saves it from going down the sideline. Tyrick Jones. That brings up a 1st down as the Raiders bring it down inside about the 32-yard line. And all those rewinds can be seen on hspnsports.com.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because last night, this is actually the first week we've had a doubleheader up even farther north, Coral Springs Charter against John Carroll. Make sure you check that out on the YouTube page as well.
Freebeck almost at around. He's got to take off, takes a big shot. Number 2, Daquan Irving takes his head off, and I guarantee you Freebeck felt that one. Loss of about 1 yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Wow. Daquan Irving came up from the corner and put a hit on the helmet of Freebeck. Freebeck single back in the backfield, 22 set. He's going to swing it out. He is wide open. My goodness gracious. There is no linebacker coverage. He is gone forever if he catches that ball. But Freebeck, I told you, took a big hit. Threw that ball so off target. Number 80.
And I think they're off tonight. Offense aside, they came back out from halftime. And I think that hit.
That hit definitely shook them.
I think it did.
Arnett was on, tried to catch that ball, but it was way too far behind him. Freebeck comes up again. Might have shaken off the cobwebs now. He's looking to his left-hand side. He throws it deep down the left-hand side. He's got a receiver, and it's a beautiful catch. Number 5 makes a gorgeous catch down there. Devontae Pete catches it down at the 10-yard line. That is a 1st down.
And you got that right. Talk about shaking off the cobwebs.
He shook it off, and Freebeck threw it where nobody could catch it but Pete. Down low and away. Beautiful throw. Probably threw the ball about 25 yards, and it was excellent. Brings up 1st down and goal. They've got it just inside the 10-yard line. Freebeck has got 2 backs in the backfield. He fakes the give, heading over to the right-hand side, and he gets it in for a touchdown. Freebeck takes it all by himself, and there's no linebacker to catch him.
And there's no flag on the field, most importantly.
And the Raiders go up. 9-6 with just under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Imagine that.
Yes, sir.
Freebeck is not a fast quarterback per se, but he had a lane out there that took him right to the end zone because the linebackers came up to the gap as he faked it.
Let's make it a game. Oh, got some yellow on the field.
Faked it to London, and they
Got
took
a
the
false
fake
start.
big time. Yeah, they'll bring it back, 9-6. Extra points are going to count.
Yes, sir. We already saw a missed extra point, a muffed snap, and I believe it was Lemons. Called his fire situation, rolled out to the left side, threw it in the back of the end zone, and just came up short.
Yes, he did. It should have been caught, but it wasn't, and it gives him 6 points. This is another chip shot.
Let's see if number 86 can put it through the uprights. And
Wow.
we got another flag.
That's number
on
33
the
for
field.
Plantation. He is about 2 seconds before the snap, Tyrick Jones. And they're going to bring it back to the original placement, and we're going to play around with this kick again, Ryan. Yeah, we saw that one.
Well, maybe it got in the kicker's head a little bit. You know, he's moving back, he's moving forth. You never know with these things. May come off the side of his foot, but hey, St. Thomas, they're making it a game now.
Well, let's try it one more time. 20-yard chip shot. Snap is good, and the kick is up. Kick is good. Brings it 10-6. The Raiders over the Colonels. Nothing to worry about. Colonels defense holding them, but you got to see Freebeck take a big hit. Shook the cobwebs off. Threw a ball to Pete that was down so low, about a 35-yard gainer. And then the second play from scrimmage, he fakes it to London over the left-hand side, and he takes it in himself right outside the linebackers who took the fake to London and shot the A and the C gap. Well, the Raiders are going to kick it off to the Colonels. And folks, you hear us say this is brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Yes, a 501c3. We work with all urban kids throughout Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach County. We're also in Los Angeles, and we're now in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We've got a lot of programs that brand and they help Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. We could use your help, and we've got a volunteer button right on that site, www.kdafoundation.org. Check us out, see who we are and what we do, because we are all about the kids, and we do it live. Here go the Raiders.
Always do it live. Most important, no. Glad to be out here with everyone, all the volunteers, especially the ones on camera tonight.
Squibb in the kick. Number 7 picks up the ball. He's heading out over the left side. There's some room out there. Makes a move.
And
fumbles the ball.
I think
it's a Plantation Colonel. Carruthers fumbles the ball, and it looks like Haynes was over there to get it.
And I think Plantation came up with the ball. You talk about letting it go. It looked like he put a great move on the outside, and he almost caught the edge. But you got to hold on to that ball.
You don't want to have a turnover like that right after the Raiders score.
Absolutely not. It's one thing playing a team like St. Thomas, state championship team, national championship team, nationally ranked. They have the confidence to win this game. You know, they're coming into this game, and they got a lot to lose. And when you put them in a corner, they're going to fight their way out. You better believe that.
Big game, district game. Lemons throws a quick screen out here. Number 8 takes it, Davis. He picks up about 3 yards. That's about it.
And he is picked up by number 52 as well, coming all the way down the line from the defensive end position. You talk about headhunting.
That's Goldberg again. We've called his name several times tonight. Big-time linebacker for the Raiders. Well, Lemons is in an empty set. Trips to the top side. Lemons is going to fake it and just take it himself up the right-hand side.
I'm not sure about that inside cut move. It looked kind of like he had plenty of room to take it outside.
Well, he picked up 4 yards. It'll bring up third down and about 3. Lemons has 36 carries for 450 yards and 4 TDs. And he's passed the ball 43 times for 654 yards and 6 TDs. So he's pretty well balanced.
Definitely a high-profile quarterback that will definitely see the next level of sports in the football arena. We've seen him at defense tonight as well. I'm interested to see where they would put him on the college level.
Well, they're in a tight set. The give is right off tackle, and he isn't getting anything. St. Thomas, stingy. You got Goldberg in there again. Hart in there as well, and number 7, Oliphant. But Goldberg hits that B gap and stuffs him, brings up 4th down and 3.
And believe me when I say it, you get this team a little sign of confidence. I mean, you got the crowd fired up. Stands are filled up on the St. Thomas side. But you get this team going, and they will not stop.
No, they won't. This is a team that has won 17 state championships. They know how to pound the rock. They're having a little confusion getting their punt team back in there, but they do have them set up. High snap. They're going for a return. That's a knuckleball kick. Fair catch made back at about the 24-yard line by number 18 for the Raiders. That's Harris, one of the wide receivers. And they're going to take a water break. And as they take a break, we'll too take a break. You're watching HSPN, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us, folks.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. Available for local schools and organizations. www.kdafoundation.org.
That was a quick water timeout. The Raiders take over the ball at about their own 24-yard line. Freebeck throws it out to the right-hand side. He's knocked off those cobwebs. Number 4 brings it out for about a 15-yard gain. That's Sands. That's a first down for the Raiders. He didn't have any problem throwing that swing pass, Ryan.
Absolutely not. They're ready to go. I think they're fired up, and they're ready to make a move on this Colonel team. And believe me when I say it, they might just put some more points on the board in this quarter.
Well, they're out at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. The give is number 22, London, across the right-hand side. There's flags in the backfield, which is going to probably be a hold. London picks up about 3 yards, but a chop block, not a hold. It's even worse, going to bring him back 15 yards.
And that's a big gain by the Colonels on the defensive side.
It sure is, and it's not a very well-disciplined play by, you don't regularly see that by the Raiders. Brings them back 15 yards, so it's going to bring up first down.
And we've covered a lot of teams this year that have raked up a lot of penalties.
Oh, my goodness. Some of those Dade County teams, Northwestern over 1,000 yards. Actually, Booker T has a lot of yards, They nation's #1 team, but a lot of the teams that we have covered, folks, you want to see them, they're all on Game Rewind. Wow, it's 28 yards, first down. Freebeck is throwing to the right-hand side for a little out pattern out here. Number 80 on the reception.
Pass complete to number 80, Jonathan
Washington.
Got some more whistles on the field. Got a player with his helmet off.
Yeah, you got a Plantation player with his helmet out, and he's on one knee down there. Well, we'll hope he does okay as they take a timeout. We too will take a timeout. You're watching HSPN, presented to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation.
This timeout was brought to you by the Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center, providing superior health and balance through chiropractic. At Coral Springs Spine and Nerve, we focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factor. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not a patient, you're family. www.coralspringsspineandnerve.com.
Brings up a second down and about 20. Close to 20. Freebeck single back in the backfield. Fakes a pump to the left. A quick draw up the middle. May pick up 4 or 5 yards. And another penalty. 3 penalties. There's going to be a little unnecessary roughness. And this time it may go against the Colonels.
A little excitement on the field.
Every one of the refs threw their dirty laundry out there. See who this call is going to be against.
Well, the flags this game are yellow. Throughout this month, they've been pink. And because they've been pink, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Actually, that was last month. We're already November 1st
excuse
today.
me. We are in November, and we still have the Breast Cancer Awareness ribbon.
It's okay.
On the scoreboard. But, hey, we'll still give them a shout-out. Much love. And we support those, the survivors, the fighters, family members. We send our prayers out to you and show our love to those that are going through such things as that. And it's been a great month, hopefully, for the foundations. And we send our love to you.
Yeah, and it's not a 1 month thing, is it?
No.
So,
unfortunately, it's not a 1 month thing. It's year round, but we do dedicate the month to awareness, and should be every month, but I guess we'll call it the kickoff to breast cancer awareness all around.
There you go. Well, offsetting personal foul penalties, they'll play that down all over with, and St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders are very upset with that call. Regardless, it's going to replay the down, although they have flipped the down marker to 3rd down. Should probably be 2nd down still, but we'll see. It's going to keep the 3rd down and 20 yards. Very close to 20 yards, where the Raiders will take over at about their 29-yard line.
And here we go. The Raiders back on the ball.
Trips to the bottom side. You got single coverage up top, cover 2 for the Colonels. Freebeck's looking down the middle of the field. He's got his reads. Throws it for a cleared out pattern. Number 13 once again clears out nicely and brings it out within 4 yards of the 1st down. That is number 13 on his 2nd reception, Sean Bender. And boy, oh boy, when you get Freebeck that kind of time, Bender comes all the way over from the left-hand side and he runs that drag pattern. That was about an 18-yard drag pattern, and he cleared out and caught it, ran it out of bounds. Bring up 4th down and 5 yards. The Raiders are going to have to punt it back to the Colonels. That penalty hurt them really, really big, that chop block.
And let's see who they got back to receive the punt.
Well, they got the dynamic duo back there, Ryan Haynes and Carruthers. But Carruthers, he threw the ball away on a fumble last time.
He did. Great athlete, though. See who gets it this time.
End over end punt. It's going to take a big bounce. Oh, my goodness. It may get down there. It is. It takes a huge bounce, and that is a big mistake.
That is not good for the Colonels. I know Coach Davis is not too happy by the decision on his returner, letting it bounce behind him. But, hey, those are the things you got to practice during the week. And it does put them in a sticky situation on their own 5-yard line, but I think they have the confidence to get out of these situations. They're pretty fired up, both teams, in the 3rd quarter, late in the 3rd.
That was about a 20-yard roll on that, end over end, and the receiver was right in front of the ball and let it go by him, and they are backed up inside their 5-yard line. And Lemons is going to bring them up with that tight formation and need to get him out of there quick. He's going to throw it wide open, number 81. Big gainer out here to the 30-yard line, out to the 33, 34-yard line. Big number 81, Raven Pierce, tight end, first reception of the game. Hello.
Where's he been all night? I've seen him out there.
He's been blocking on that double tight. He brings it out to the 34-yard line. That was a 29-yard completion, and it was beautiful. It was set up because the fake give was to Haynes, that naked boot, where Lemons boots out around the opposite side, throws it over his shoulder, and number 81 was wide open over there doing an out pattern. Fumble on the play. St. Thomas is looking like they got it. They're pointing that way. Will be trouble if they got it. No signal yet.
And they're ripping at it. Got a helmet off on the play.
Watch out. Watch out.
A little frustration.
Watch out. Coaches are on the field.
This is never good to see.
Wow.
Hey, it's a high-profile game, district championship. What do you expect?
Well, looks like St. Thomas has got the ball, and the head coach is out with the Plantation Colonels and giving them an earful, and I'm surprised the referees are allowing him out there. The Raiders coaches came out as well, but, you know, you got to get coach off the field. Fumble is recovered by the Raiders. This is a big turnover at this point in the game with almost under 1 minute to play. What a big turnover, especially, Ryan, after that 29-yard reception.
Yes, and I think one of the biggest things that no one was really paying attention to is how much time ran off the clock as they were going through that little scuffle. Lost about 45 seconds during that little situation. And the Raiders coming up with the ball, they could be on their way to putting some more points on the board.
Very costly when they held them back there to a punt and picked up 29. The give is to the outside. Their big running back, number 22, London. He picks up about 8 or 9 yards, runs it out of bounds. And Raiders will be threatening again real soon.
And that's not good for the Colonels. I mean, they came out here. Pierce had a great catch wide open on a corner route. Got him listed as tight end. He's a big boy. And then they come up again with a fumble. Raiders come up with it. Don't feed that engine because, trust me, it'll go.
2nd down and 3 yards. Fumble snap again. Freebeck picks it up and loses. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. My goodness gracious. Another fumble on the play by the Raiders this time, but they're lucky to pick that one up.
Yes, they are. They got a little confidence coming into this drive. Got some of the players fired up on both sides of the ball. As you said before, Coach Davis made his way out to the middle of the field, give his players an earful. Definitely holds the players to the highest, utmost respect. And,
3rd down and 4.
A lot of discipline going on both sides of the ball.
Freebeck is looking to his left-hand side. He throws a deep, wide-open receiver. He throws it over his head. Number 18 was wide open, Juwan Harris, and Freebeck throws it out over the outstretched hands. That was an easy 6 points, Ryan.
Oh, that is frustrating. When you have an opportunity like that, especially in such a high-profile game and such a close score, you have to take advantage of that. I know the quarterback, he's excited. He put the ball out there with a wide-open wide receiver. Could he lay out for it? I didn't get a good...
He didn't lay out. He couldn't lay out for it because it was thrown so high. And it was thrown on a line as well. Well, here we go. Brings up 4th down and 4. The Raiders are going for it. Freebeck back there, single back in the backfield. Sands is back there with him. He's looking to his left again. Over the middle. He's throwing it in the corner. It's way out over the corner. And Freebeck is laid out. Plantation Colonels take over on downs after giving the ball back to the Raiders, 17-time state champions, and they're getting the ball back with 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Oh, my.
Wow. Coaches on the Raider side a little confused on the decision made by their starting quarterback. Had a couple wide receivers. I believe it was number 5. Had a little room with just 5 yards. Just 5 yards away from the first down.
Pete.
And giving the Colonels another chance to redeem themselves. 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Let's see what they can do.
Lemons has got trips to the bottom side. He's going to throw a flip screen out here. It might have been a backwards pass. No, it didn't. Wow. Haynes should have had that right in and out of his hands, but I don't know if he'd picked up much because you got old Goldberg over here, headhunter. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock with 28 seconds left on the clock for the 3rd quarter. It's going to roll down into the 4th quarter here. The Plantation Colonels need to get something going because you know St. Thomas is going to come out attacking them again.
Yes, they are.
10-6 ball game, folks. District championship right here on the line. Both teams undefeated in the district. Playoff consequences. He throws it to the right-hand side.
Ooh, and
great
a nice
catch.
grab.
Number 8 over here. Davis makes a great catch, picks up 12 yards for a first down out to the 40-yard line. Ryan, what hands on that young man.
Oh, my gosh. Chris, a little bit behind the receiver. But when you have trust in your receivers like Chris does, you're going to make big plays like that.
No huddle offense, trip to the bottom side.
Whistle. Ooh,
wow.
Flags all over the place.
Lemons looks back at the ref. The center snaps it to him. He's not looking at the ball. The ball hits him in the chest, and flags fly everywhere. That could have been very costly. Very costly.
You don't want to those little mistakes, especially at this point in the game.
No, I don't know. He was looking over at his coaches, and the center snapped the ball, and his ball just hit him in the shoulders. You're going to bring up a 5-yard penalty on that.
And that is going to end.
Yeah, that'll end the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, the Raiders are up 10-6. They move down the other end of the field. This is HSPN, brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Be back with you in just a moment.
High School Game Day brought to you by HSPN, High School Production Network. The High School Production Network is the #1 high school sports broadcast network in the nation, bringing you high school sports and events by the high school student for the high school student. HSPN is in place to provide internships for all high school students that have a passion for broadcasting. HSPN is providing opportunities for students to use their passion to not only pursue a great college education, but to endure real-life experiences through a viable entity. To find out more information on HSPN, check us out at www.hspnsports.com. And as we welcome you to the fourth quarter, we got high school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The Plantation Colonels down by 4 points against the Raiders of St. Thomas Aquinas, 17-time state champions. We're here in South Florida, Broward County. You got to love this football.
Well, Lemons is going to roll it back over his shoulder again. There's nobody out there. He brings it out over the 35 to the 40.
Ooh.
He lays it down on the wood again. Number 7, he lays it onto Oliphant again, the second time tonight. Picks up about 14 yards. That is one tough athlete.
Now, I wouldn't say that's the smartest decision, and I wouldn't recommend that by any other quarterback. But, Chris, oh, man, you talk about it entertaining. Getting down there, and I think that's the second time he's gone head hunting tonight.
Well, he picked up only about 9 yards. They brought the ball back. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Lemons. It's got him spread out again. Single back in the backfield, 22 set. He's going to take the ball on his own up the left-hand side behind his big boys. And he's still moving over the 50-yard line. Power football.
He's got some big boys up in front of him.
He just got on that second surge, Ryan, the first down over the 50-yard line. He's following number 54. 54 holding him and pushing him.
And that's Rafiq Abada.
You got it.
Senior. Coming in 6'2", 270 pounds. He's a big boy, and he's got an attitude. Got a chance to see him during practice. The linemen do one-on-ones. Always nice to see the big guys in the trenches.
Man, the extra push, the pocket over his head. And the ball, you better get on it.
Get on top of the ball.
They didn't get on top of it, and looks like the Raiders pick up the ball. My goodness, what is Haynes doing? Haynes is sitting there looking at the ball, and instead of falling on it, he's going to juggle around with it, and there is a host of Raiders that are going to come after it, and they get busted up, and the Raiders take over the ball again inside the 30-yard line of the Colonels, and we've got 2 Colonels that are down. Cannot believe that. Snap was way over the head of Lemons.
Yeah, you can't have plays like that.
Haynes has to fall on that ball at this point of the ball game, only down by 4 points. I don't know if he's down there hurt. I hope he's not hurt or his hurt feelings.
I was going to say maybe it's just his feelings, but also
took some big hits, man. He's down there trying to juggle the ball.
Got Rayvon Pierce. Seems to have some issues going on with his legs. Hopefully it's not an ankle or a knee. Maybe it's just some cramps or he got rolled over. But got some of his players out there helping them off the field.
These Raiders will jump all over this stuff like fly on fly paper. You give them that kind of an opportunity. You've stayed in the game. Your defense have kept you in the game. Got a quarterback that's fighting for every yard. The Colonels are doing it. The center snaps one over the head, and all of a sudden the momentum changes with plenty of time on the clock, just under 11 minutes. But that was costly. But it put that defense right back on the field. And that's the tight end limping off here.
That's Rayvon Pierce
81.
making his way off.
And Haynes is still down. Haynes took 4 or 5 shots when he was sitting there trying to pick up the ball. It almost looked like he tried to dribble the ball back up into his hands.
Well, did they say who came up with the ball?
Yes, the Raiders came up with the ball.
Oh,
cleanly.
Man.
Cleanly came up with the ball. And Haynes is still down. Hope he's not seriously injured.
No, he's had a big season so far, and he's worked pretty hard. He's a great student athlete. Hopefully this won't be his last time touching the field tonight, and maybe we can get him up, walking off the field, and hopefully get him back in. If not, I know they got a couple more running backs in there that we can get him going. Got Clint Sills Jr., number 3, senior, coming in at 6 foot, 185 pounds. And also Markel Yarbo, number 5 junior, 5'9", 165 pounds. And I'm not sure if have we seen number 7 in the backfield?
No, Carruthers has been returning kicks.
Just returning. Well, I believe they have plenty of athletes on the Colonel side of the field that they can put them anywhere. I mean, you see Chris Lemons playing quarterback. You've seen him also at defensive back tonight as well.
Yeah, well, they've got to contend with Raiders offense now. They just given them the ball. It's going to give some rest to the defense that just came off the field. And as they're tending to them, we want to give another shout out to our guys that are streaming us all around the Tri-Counties. Florida High School Football. Florida High School Football was launched in 2010 to serve the growing needs for high school football coverage in Florida. Since that, Florida High School Football has grown to become one of the largest statewide high school football websites in Florida, with a huge presence with over 12,000 followers on Twitter, 3,400 fans on Facebook. FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com. And Florida Gridiron Preps. Florida Gridiron Preps provide consistent, current, insightful commentary on Florida high school football. We provide schedules for all 658 football programs within the Sunshine State, as well as players listing, district alignments, maps, sources, game locations, and discussion boards. That's www.floridagridironpreps.com. And not to forget South Florida Sports Network, www.sfsn.tv. Well, Ryan, here we go. Back to live action.
Yes, we do. With 11 minutes left
the Raiders have
in
the
this
ball
game.
Inside the 30-yard line. Freebeck has all the time in the world. There's a pass caught, but there's going to be called back. It looks like there's going to be another hold. And it is a hold on the Raiders. And Freebeck is shaking his arm over there, and he got hit hard. He is shaking that throwing arm, and he is in some pain. So listen, these Colonels, these big Colonel linemen, number 99, who put the wood on Freebeck, Jerry Fields, and number 56, offside linebacker, Zach Capron, put it on Freebeck, and Freebeck is hurting. Plus, Raiders got called for a hold, so it's going to bring up first and 24 yards because that was a spot foul. Freebeck has got a single back in the backfield, and he's going to give it.
Ooh.
Well, he gets hit again. No, he throws it out. Number 4, Sands.
Oh, and a big
hits all over the place.
Gosh, these guys are headhunting tonight.
Picked up about 5 yards. No, they're going to call it incomplete pass. And after all that, they got some headhunters that are hitting. Wow.
And this is big. This is really big for both teams right now. They got a big change in possession. The Raiders come up with the ball. And these guys on defense, they're trying to make it up for their offense because they know once they need their offense on the field right now to score some more points. They're down by 4 points against the Raiders. They got to do something.
2nd down and 24. Colonel's 42-yard line. Freebeck brings them up, trips to the top side, single coverage on the bottom. It's a bad snap. Penalty flag once again, but the snap never gets to Freebeck. And they're going to call another penalty on St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas has moved back another 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 29 yards. Folks, this is not a typical Raider disciplined football team.
No, it's not. And that's, I believe, I got to sit here and count the yards. Where they place them on the 50?
29 yards.
29 yards.
It's another 5 yards marked off. Colonel's defense is doing an outstanding job against one of the county's best offenses and one of the county's best quarterbacks, Freebeck. Well, Freebeck single back in the backfield. Now they're going to bring trips over to the left-hand side. He's looking for a swing pitch over there. He gets it to number 18, brings it up over the 40, out to about the 33-yard line. Pick up of about 10, 11 yards.
And number 18 hobbling around, I believe.
Jawan Harris.
A couple plays before. Got shaken up on that incomplete pass.
Oh, he got popped. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 10, 2nd down, 3rd down, and about 20 yards on the Colonel's 37-yard line. Tough defense. And we've got a lot of Colonels, especially the quarterback out here playing both ways. Number 22 catches the swing pass, and quarterback comes up, makes a big hit, Lemons.
And you got to make those tackles, especially in the backfield. There's no shoestring tackles on this field tonight.
Did you see Lemons come up, made a big hit? He's a little shook up. It's going to bring out 4th down and 12 at about the 30-yard line. But there you go, Ryan. There's a young man playing quarterback out here. District's #1 team, big-time football, big hits, playing both ways, just making a big hit on number 22, London. And they're going for it, folks. 4th down and 12, and the Raiders are going for it. Coaches said, I've had enough. Get me the 1st down. Single back London in the backfield. He's looking over the middle. There's receivers caught. Ball is out over the stretched hands. The Colonels stop him once again, and the Colonels' defense rises to the occasion, and they take over the ball 1st and 10 out here on their own 30-yard line. I am impressed. There are several players out there, Ryan, are playing both ways.
Absolutely. And that's what you can expect out of this Plantation team, because that's what the coaches expect out of these players. These players are high-profile players that will be playing at the next level and are looking to win this district championship game.
It is a dogfight, and defenses do win championships. If there's anything tonight you haven't seen on the defensive side of the ball, you haven't been watching, because this is big-time football from big-time players.
And I'm not sure if we'll get a chance to see Antoine come back out here on the field, but he did come back. He did come off the field by himself. So,
well, you got Banton out here at quarterback. He throws the right-hand side. It's caught. Big hit out there to number 9. Washington's first catch of the day, and there you go. Number 18 is in at quarterback right now.
Chris got a little shaken up on the defensive side of the ball.
Banton comes in for Lemons, who did get shaken up on that tackle he made. Don't know if he's coming back in, but we've got a quarterback in, number 18, just makes his first completion. No problem. Gives the ball. Zone read. Flags are flying everywhere. 1st down is picked up, but it's going to come back for another hold. Brings it out over the 46-yard line, but I can tell you where that marker came from. Threw it right at the interior lineman. And that's what the call is against the Colonels, a spot foul. It's going to be a hold. Going to push him back 10 yards. See where they mark it. And if I'm not mistaken, Archie Banton, quarterback that just came in for the Colonels, is a junior.
Getting a little experience. I'm not sure if he's had any snaps earlier on this season, but I think the coaches have enough confidence to throw him out here in this type of situation.
Well, he's got trips to the top side. Double tight on the left. Gives the ball in a zone read. Pick up about 3 yards. Going to bring up third down and about 12.
I can see Chris standing on the sideline with a couple of his coaches.
I was checking the stats. Archie Banton doesn't have any stats this season, so this is either his first appearance or his first reception. Rolling out to the right-hand side. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand side. He throws it short. It's picked off by the Raiders. Threw the ball up for grabs. Not a very good decision. Raiders are going to take, once again, another turnover over there. Didn't get the number because it's across the field. Brings it back to the Colonels' 47. My goodness gracious. How many times are you going to send your defense back out on the field to save you?
I don't know. And that wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a good decision by the young quarterback. And it cost them. The Raiders get the ball, I believe, on the Colonels' 48-yard line.
You had double coverage, cover two. Corner had him, and the safety came up. Threw it short anyways, dead duck. Freebeck, I formation, gives it to the tailback, off tackle, but he's going to get out here nowhere to the right-hand side. Big tackle, number 7, Carruthers coming up, and number 10, Bush, as well as number 92 for the Colonels, Charles Williams. No gain, brings up second down and 10. And we're in the fourth quarter, just coming in under 7 minutes with the Raiders up by 4 points. Freebeck under center, I formation. Got Young in motion. They're going to run off the left-hand side. It's a big hole over there. For 22, London picks up about 9 yards. He's about 1 yard short of the first down. Brings it inside the 40-yard lines of the Colonels. Nice block by the motion man, number 13, Bender. Caught a couple of big plays Bender has on some drag patterns across the middle of the field. 2 of them to be exact.
And I'm not too sure if we're going to see Chris Lemons out here on the field again.
Well, he may have gotten shaken up on that last one. It's a water break. I'm not seeing Chris. We're over here on up above the Colonels. There he is. He's got the trainers down there on him and the medics actually. So you're probably right. When he laid that wood out, he might have gotten a little stinger, or he might have gotten a slight concussion. I don't want to hypothecate about what that is. We just hope he's well. Water break by the referees. We've got 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter, and my goodness, Ryan, the Colonels' defense is out there again. And like we saw last night when Joey McChrystal came out of the game for the Panthers, upper ankle sprain for the Coral Springs Panthers against John Carroll, the game turned over because they brought in a green can be young quarterback, and they just couldn't match the speed at this level, this playoff level, and the game got lopsided. So we're going to see what this young guy can do. They're only down by 4, and the defense has got to hold them here. It's 3rd down and 1.
Well, like you said before, defense wins championships, and that might have to do it for the Colonels tonight.
5 men in the box. They got everybody coming. London busted out over the left-hand side, but he is just hit by a host of Colonels. But after he picked up the first down inside the 35-yard line of the Colonels, and that'll stop the clock to move the chains. But there you go, another first down. The Raiders are going to be just fine with grinding out the clock, moving it down the field. If they got a field goal, the Colonels would have to score and get their extra point just to tie it up. So they're not in any hurry. They're leading by 4 points.
And the clock is running.
Freebeck's got a single back in the backfield. He's got a 22 set. snap and a give. New running back, number 15, fresh legs are in there. That's Curtin. Picks up about 6 yards. Inside the 30-yard line, another Colonel is slow to get up. Brings it down to about the 29-yard line of the Colonels. The running back is number 16. Not 15, that's Johnny Gaines. Johnny has 23 carries this year for 191 yards, no touchdowns.
We had a Raider down on that play. Crawled his way off, kept the clock running.
22 set, Freebick back. Bad snap again, low snap. He's going to take the ball up off the left side, pick up a couple. I'll tell you, man, these centers are killing these quarterbacks.
They are. It's been a rough night for both sides of the ball with these offenses. They haven't been running as smoothly as they've been earlier on this season, and you can expect that by these high-powered defensive plays.
Brings up 3rd and 4. Actually, Freebick must have had his knees come down early on. He's got trips to the bottom side, single coverage on the top. Cover 3. Penalty flags on the field. There is no gain whatsoever. Number 16, Johnny Gaines, for no gain. Actually, he probably lost a couple. Flag down. Looks like probably St. Thomas might have been offsides, which they were. It'll bring up, push them back 5 yards. It'll remain 3rd down. But now it'll be 3rd down and about 8 or 9. Well, they're talking about it.
And I believe, I'm looking at Chris, down on the sideline, they got some ice on his ankle, which is never good to see.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we might have a repeat of what we witnessed last night with the Coral Springs Charter Panthers and John Carroll Catholic Rams.
Well, they're rolling the clock again. We're coming inside we are inside of 4 minutes. Freebick comes up, I formation. Being a 4th down and 6. He fakes the give. He's looking back over the left-hand side. He's got a man wide open with a lot of room out there. It's number 4 is going to get into the end zone. 40, 30-yard touchdown pass. Fakes it. Number 4, I believe. Maybe Milford. No flags on the field. Beautiful play.
Yes, you're right, number 4.
Milford comes in the game clean, fakes the handoff to him, off tackle, sits out there with a couple of linemen, sets up a quick swing. Freebick gets it over to him. 30 yards later, touchdown, Raiders. They go up 16-6, extra point, and that could have been the coffin on.
The nail on the coffin, I believe you were trying to say.
Kick is up, and it's no good. It's a 10-point lead. 3:32 left in the 4th quarter. The Raiders capitalize on a big turnover. Their first one they've capitalized in the 2nd half on several turnovers by the Colonels. The Colonels cannot keep giving the ball back to a number 1 ranked team in the district, also a highly ranked team in the nation, because they're going to grab you and get you. And now they have to contend with a young quarterback that has no air out stats, except now he has one, a pick. And off of that pick, the Raiders score. Still a 10-point game. Anything can happen. Got a lot of high-powered young men out there that can return this football on a kickoff. But they're going to have to get on the board and get on the board quick and onside kick it, because they need 2 scores to do it.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe out of reach.
When you see these kids play on both sides of the ball, you're taking the risk of higher injuries rate, and that's what we're witnessing in tonight's game.
And this is not small-time football. It's big-time football to be playing both ways. Fair catch down here by number 4, Milford. The Colonels will take over the ball just inside their own 30-yard line. And you'll bring out Archie Banton again. And it's a tough order for him. Bring in a quarterback. Hey, if you're going to play your quarterback both ways against this caliber of football, You know, this is not a 1A team.
Absolutely.
These are hosses out here.
You know, you have to have, I think the most important thing right now is building the confidence in this quarterback, but also building that confidence back in this team, because the last thing you need is to lose the spirit.
Well, Banton's looking back over the right-hand side. He's got an open player. He throws a nice one over there. Number 7, it looks like, caught it. Looks like it's Xavier Crothers. Or no, I'm sorry. Check that. That's number 4. Milford catches another one. And nice out pattern. Brings it out very close to the first down, and they're going to move it, so it was a first down. Banton's second completion of the game. They need to have it happen quick.
Yes, they do. Hopefully they can put some points back on the board, get back in this game.
Banton throws a quick screen out to the right-hand side. Pick up about 4 yards, but that clock is rolling. Coming inside of 3 minutes. They're going to need much bigger yardage than that. And Ryan, I think that it's a long haul for a young quarterback like that to try to come from a 10-point deficit and ask that much out of him unless he can do something, pull a miracle out of their hat. The Colonels don't look like they're going to be able to pull this one out. We still got a little under 3 minutes, and the clock is still running. Banton is looking to the left.
And he is throwing it just outside of the reach of number 8.
Kendon Davis with 18 receptions and 283 yards. That young man has made some spectacular catches today.
Yes, he has. Saw one earlier today. Actually, the same route. Ran a nice slant pattern heading the other direction. A little bit behind him, Chris put it, but made the reception. Great play by him. Just got to, look, you just got to put it out there for him.
3rd down and 5. Just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This is do or die. They've got to get points on the board right here. Single back in the backfield. Benton's looking. He's throwing it over here to the right-hand side, just out the outstretched hands of Milford. He's got a real strange delivery, Ryan.
He does.
He reaches way back.
Yeah, he's throwing it high, which is most likely he's thrown off his back foot, or he doesn't have a high release.
Well, this is it. 4th down and 5 for the Colonels. They don't get a first down on this play. It's going to give back to the Raiders, and the Raiders are going to be able to take the championship of the District 7A 15
yes, sir.
Home to Davie, Florida.
This is a huge play call.
Banton's back to throw. He's looking to the left-hand side.
He is just letting it go.
It's picked off on a tip. Number 8 for St. Thomas gets it. That's Judy. He's brought out around the 40-yard line, and that's going to be it for the Colonels. With a little over 2 minutes left, all the Colonels have to do, all the Raiders have to do is run this clock out. A tall order for a young quarterback tip ball and a great tip ball interception by the Raiders. The Raiders are celebrating on their sideline. They have won this district final. They've got 2 minutes left, and something miraculously happens. Unless somebody picks up a ball, picks 6, or picks up a fumble, the Raiders are a seasoned team. They will kill this clock. I'm sure the Colonels have timeouts left, so they've got the ball at the 44-yard line of the Colonels.
Well, don't be surprised. This defense now, they've been working hard all night, been making plays. We could see something happen.
Freebick takes the snap. He's going to give it to his bread and butter, Landon, off the right-hand side. Landon's going to stay in bounds. Picks up about 2-3 yards. Clock will return, continue to run. Coming under 2 minutes. They're going to be content to let this clock run. Folks, next week, another high-powered team. You're going to see St. Thomas Aquinas, 1 loss, going up to Deerfield Beach, undefeated. Another classic matchup. Brandon Powell, running back, committed to the University of Miami up there with the Bucks. You'll get to see him. We'll be carrying this game live, so make sure you tune in. And don't miss all of the folks that have been streaming this with all of their updates during the week. There goes London again down the right-hand side. Penalty flag is down. Picks up a first down and about 15 more yards. But they're going to bring it back because the Raiders got caught for holding, and that's going to stop the clock. They'll bring it back, spot foul. Next week will be a Friday night game up at Deerfield Beach, Florida. Tomorrow this game you'll be able to see in its entirety on Game Rewind on our site, hspnsports.com. We appreciate all of the fellas that have been streaming us tonight. Florida High School Football, Florida Gridiron Preps, South Florida Sports Network, and also Florida High School Football Show for their tweet. Next week, you'll see that ticker loaded with St. Thomas Aquinas players. Ryan will be out there next week taking headshots and getting all their information. Freebeck has got the ball, second down at the 50-yard line. He's going to keep it, and he better get down. Brings up about a 10-yard gain. It'll bring up third down and about 6.
And a decent run by the quarterback. Not as fast as quarterbacks we've seen come out of St. Thomas, but a little shifty back there. Made a great play. Would suggest that he'd get down more often than he has, but he's still got a long season ahead of him.
Yeah, and he's going to finish up this game. Took some big hits. And he takes a look back at the clock. It's inside a minute. The Raiders have this one. They'll win the district. Give his zone read. Number 4 is going to take the ball. Deltron Sands down the right-hand side. He breaks it down to about the 22-yard line.
Tiptoes his way out.
Wow.
Stops the clock. They might put some more points on the board.
Well, they're not going to back off. Oh, there's a penalty flag down. The referee is talking to a big lineman. Looks like they're going to bring it back. Looks like it's going to be another hold. But the Raiders will take the title. 7A 15 district champs. They'll meet the Bucks next week. We'll be covering it live. hspnsports.com or any of the other networks that are streaming us next week. We look forward to seeing you again next week. It's been a pleasure, especially having the principal up here she graduated from Piper High School. That's why I have Piper on my mind. So the principal is Alana DePaulo that had a nice interview. The give off to the left-hand side. There's going to be a face mask. They're going to creep this thing down to the end. It's going to go 15 yards the other way if it's intentional.
And yes, got some big things going on with HSPN. Got St. Thomas Aquinas again next week versus Deerfield Beach High School. The Bucks. The Raiders versus the Bucks. And got some big events coming up.
Yeah, we do, Ryan. We do have some big events. We've got Shelly Solomon, one of our directors and a world-class tennis player back in the day, has got the first annual KDA girls tennis tournament in Coral Springs, Florida for middle schoolers. It's going to be December 14th. These details will be coming out. We would love for you to help us with that. There'll be 20 girls who will be competing for a title, middle schoolers. And, hey, we've got Jordan Jefferson, number 9, up there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the LSU quarterback, the second all-time leader that's actually running a 5-on-5 December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd to benefit Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation and a local school. We'll be doing some mentoring up there. Folks, it's the end of this game. The Raiders, 7A 15 district champs. They're going to take it home to Davie. Hard-fought game. Impressed by the Plantation Colonels. That'll end their run for the district title, and we sure are glad that you're here. We want to give a big thank you to the folks that have been streaming us tonight. Florida High School Football, www.floridahighschoolfootball.com. Florida Gridiron Preps, www.floridagridironpreps.com. And South Florida Sports Network, www.sfsn.tv. This is Glenn Stout with Ryan Stout. We're live here at Powell Stadium in Plantation, Florida, where the Raiders take the district title 16-6 over the Plantation Colonels. Folks, we'll see you next week for the high-flying action when the Raiders meet the Bucks in Deerfield Beach. Until then, stay safe. Much love. Good night, everybody.
going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's